You may have heard of chamoy. It's a riot of flavors, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Chamoy. What is it? I mean, if you're Mexican, you're immediately going to say, oh yeah, I absolutely love it. But if you're not, or if you've never had the experience of traveling in Mexico and having chamoy, well, you might think it's the weirdest thing that you've ever come across because it's spicy, it's salty, it's tangy, and it's sweet. And all of those things together always are associated with something fruity. So all of a sudden, it doesn't feel like it fits into a lot of people's ways of thinking about food. So if you're one of those people that was raised by as putting on watermelon a little bit of salt or on cantaloupe a little bit of salt, this is stepping in that direction. But then it's adding the tangy and the spicy and a little bit of sweet. Now this is a dish that came from the Japanese immigration to Mexico. This is really all very true. And it was originally made with umeboshi, which is the little preserved, it's a type of an apricot. And then it began to morph into these other things. And when you go to a Mexican grocery store, you'll find like liter bottles of this stuff. Don't buy it. Okay, this is so far from the original, but I'm going to show you how to make the original thing. If you look at the list of ingredients on this one, or any of the other ones that you find in the grocery stores, most of them will just be a list of ingredients of things that you don't even recognize as food. And they're super sour and they're super salty and they don't have that balance. So let's go back to creating one in sort of an original way. But they're always known to be red. So we have to find something that's going to be red. So the red that we're going to choose today is Jamaica, and a lot of the home recipes for chamoy will start with Jamaica. So this is the little hibiscus, it's the calyx of a hibiscus blossom that is bright or dark red, I should say. And I'm going to put that into a pan here along with apricots. We're just going to use straight old dried apricots here. This is about 6 ounces or what would fit into a gently packed cup. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of water to that. So Jamaica is going to give us color, but it's also going to give us tang. The apricots are going to give us sweet. We're going to put in some chili now. I have a couple of guajillo chilies, but we're going to need to open these guys up and get all the seeds out of them. We don't want the seeds in them for this one, and we're not toasting them or anything else. We want just the bright flavor of natural guajillo. So that'll go in there. Open up the other one. But these don't have very much spice. They're going to have a lovely chili flavor, but not much spice. So in addition to our pieces of guajillo here, we're going to have 4 arbol chilies. Now, you probably have arbol chilies at your house because it's the workhorse of the spicy chilies in Mexico. You can find them at any Mexican grocery store and lots of other grocery stores as well. All of that's going to go in here. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then once it comes to the boil, I'm going to cover it and let it sit for ½ an hour for the Jamaica to infuse, the chilies to rehydrate, and the apricots to soften up completely. This is what it looks like when it has been steeped and cooled off. So everything is soft that's in there now. And I'm going to take the mixture and pour it. That, I will tell you that Jamaica makes a beautiful dark red color, but it's a powerful coloring agent. So if you get it on your clothes, it's a little hard to get out. And to this, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of sugar. And so there's another little sweet element. And then the next thing I'm going to add is tahine. Now, if you don't know about tahine, you should know about tahine because this stuff is so delicious. It's not sweet, it's chili, and it's dehydrated lime, and it's salt. So when you think about making a great margarita and you put a little bit of salt around the rim, this stuff will just take it to the next level. Or in Mexico, they will always sprinkle this on apples and quinces and cantaloupe and anything that the street vendors sell. They'll always sprinkle this tangy and salty chili mixture on it. So I'm going to put now 3 tablespoons of this into the blender. There, you could put a little bit more chili in it, but I will say that that's not going to help you with the tanginess that this gives or the saltiness that this gives. We're going to actually add a little bit of more seasoning at the end as well. Now onto the blender. I don't think you would be able to get the Jamaica completely blended if you were using a food processor for this, unfortunately. So we're going to start this in the blender and let it go until it's as smooth can be. Okay, now strain this mixture because we don't know if we got all of the chili skins and the Jamaica blossoms completely blended. So we got to make sure that, since this is something that would be spooned on, say, a mango sorbet or any kind of fruit sorbet, or dip as it used as a dip for fresh fruit, we want to make sure that it's smooth and nice and doesn't leave any grit on the tongue at all. Okay, I've got a little bit of residual grit here. This is all the stuff that would be in your chamoy, and you want to get that out. I'm going to put that over here in my compost bowl. I want to make sure that I get everything off the base of the strainer there. Just get any little bits of the chamoy bits off of that, and so that we've got something. We're going to go to our final flavorings now. So it's lime juice in this particular one, and I am going to use the Mexican lime juicer. I need a measured amount of this. It's 6 tablespoons, which is a little over 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to go into, these are great big limes, but you can smell when you use a Mexican lime juicer, you can smell because the lime, because you're crushing so much that skin, and it just adds so much more to the flavor of the juice. There we go. And I'm almost at 1/3. I was hoping out of that one big lime to be able to get 1/3 of a cup, but it's not going to be quite there, so I'm going to have to juice another piece of this. And okay, now I'm at a little over 1/3 of a cup. That's just right there. Stir that in for additional tanginess. So we have the tanginess of the Jamaica. We've got the tanginess of the lime juice, some dehydrated lime that was in the tahine. And now we have to up the salt. There was some salt in that tahine, but it's going to need more. So all the flavors are really elevated in this. I put a teaspoon of salt in there, and now it's time to taste it. This is the consistency that you want. It's pourable, but it's got some thickness to it that comes from the apricots and blending in the Jamaica. It just makes all of your taste buds fire like on high all at once. So it's so much fun to eat. Spoon this on any kind of fresh fruit, ice, any kind of sorbet, a platter of fruit. Put this out as a dipping sauce for it. It's going to enliven every gathering you have.